So just to recap on going over some pseudocode questions, we've got another program here. It says an application allows 2 users to log in. The usernames are stated in the table along with their passwords. So I've got username and the password there, username and the password. Now what I want to say here is there's often a problem with logic errors from my students when they do this question, in that they'll check the password and then they'll check the username, and then they'll do a separate if statement for the password. The reason that doesn't work is because it means that if my username was that, it would probably say it was that. You need to make sure you combine the condition as one, because I can't have Gower with the password 888RG, which some people often do when they're in a panic in the middle of an exam. So what we've got to do here is develop an algorithm, get the user to enter their input. What are we going to use? Right, so we got let's just check this first. That authenticates. The algorithm should get their username and password, check the combination is correct, and if so, output access granted. Get the user to keep re-entering their username and password until the combination is correct. What was I about to do that was wrong?
Just assign it to user.
I was going to go straight into doing the input without actually thinking about the sort of loop that I might need. Because it's entering it until a condition is met, it's an indefinite loop, which means what? While. We got it. Good. So I am going to get the username and input first. So we're going to go username is user input, password is user input. That should be relatively straightforward there. Remember I showed you a minute ago how you can do it a while not? Yeah, there was a reason why I did that, alright? Because I can say here, my condition of the passwords being true, but put a not before it. So that it keeps asking them the username and password if it's not correct. So look, we're going to put the while here. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my first condition I'm checking in a bracket. I'll tell you why we do this in a minute. So watch. We've got while. I'm going to move in a little bit so I've got some space here. Username equals Gower. Notice we don't do 2 for this because it's not Python. Because the equals is a comparison operator in pseudocode. We use the assignment in pseudocode. And what's the password? 88. Oh, no, it's not. 9FDG3. That's one condition. I'm going to do the next one here. Tough. And password equals 888RG. Now that does nothing on its own at the moment. It's a bit messy, but I put it on other lines so that I can do it. But I'm going to say or, because that condition can be true, or that condition can be true. So that on its own is saying while the password is this, what have I got to do to it? That's currently saying it's true. Think about logic here, like logic gates. That's currently true. I want to knot it, but I've also got to do something else which requires you to think about BODMAS. The whole thing is a condition. This must be true, or this must be true. But we're putting a not in front of it because we're saying while the username and password is that, and while the username and password is that, we're going to keep asking them for their username and password. So while the password is not what it should be, I'm going to move it in. I'm going to do my indentation from here, just so you can see how I'm indenting. I'm going to do username. We're going to get the input again. And then we will put in an end while. Now, what's going to happen when it jumps out the end while?
You just output access grant.
Yeah, because don't forget, it does say we have to output. So whenever you answer these questions, look at what you have to enter and look at what you have to output, because there's some marks to be gained there, even if you struggle with coding on the day. So I'm going to output access granted. Now what I will say to you is there are examples of questions like this on the website that I made for you. Use it and practice them at home. So you know that this is how we do assignment. We know that we can combine conditions. Practicing your logic gates will help you understand how these work. This is what's going on inside a computer. Any questions on this one? Okay, I'm going to stop recording that one and I'll upload that one too so you can watch it back. Alright, if you need to. Alright, and then I'll go over a trace table.